As in 1965.
Morgan's is number one.
I'll send the invoice to Berry Club.
Kevin.
128 there.
Kevin. 128 here. Gavin. You two check him out. Sorry.
You said 128. Yeah. 128 there. 1968.
We'll have the march out first of all, if the riders can march onto the centre green in the appropriate positions. I'm the Deputy Mayor, unfortunately, are both out of the country, and Councillor Wayne Campbell is the Deputy Leader, and he's here as the official representative of the local authority. So, if you'll all be upstanding now, we're going to play the National Anthem just to start the official proceedings off. Thank you very much for that. Now we'll make the official introductions for the riders. So it's Mr. Stuart Harper, Club Chairman, and Councillor Wayne Campbell from Bury Metro. The number one rider on your programme from Horsepath in England, it's Mike Morgans. The number two rider from Southampton in England, it's Gavin Wheeler. Number three from Wednesfield in England, Lee Harris. Riding at number four from the Bydgoszcz Club in Poland, Karol Szymanski. Riding at number 5 from Leicester in England, Mark Newey. Number 6 from Horsepath in England, Steve Harris. The number 7 rider from Southampton in England, Sean Woodhouse. Riding at number 8 from the Rabbits Club in Poland, Lukas Nowacki. Number 9, a very popular rider in this neck of the woods, from the Gniezno Club in Poland, Paweł Kozlowski. Paweł also rides for the local Ashley and Tilsley Club. Number 10, from the Farber Club in Australia, Daniel Pudney. Pudney, I beg your pardon, Daniel Pudney. Number 11, from Poole in England, Dave Hemsley. The number 12 rider from the Leszno Club in Poland, Damian Vosny. Number 13, from Poole in England, Alan Lloyd. Another very popular rider in this area, from Stoke in England, Terry Norman. Terry is in fact a Manchester lad, but he rides for Stoke. Number 15, from the Eton Club in East Anglia and England, Darren Slater. Number 16, from Southampton in England, Lee Galley. The reserve riders are, they just didn't quite make it to the lineup. Dave Solomon of Great Blackenham in England, and Chris Finnegan of Stoke in England. And just before we move off, I can ask you to bear with us for one moment now. We're going to have a 1 minute silence in respect of Bruce Ward, the former Leicester England rider who died this week. Well, thanks for that. That's in respect of Bruce Ward, a very popular Western England rider who died earlier this week. I mentioned earlier on about John Murphy, our very popular Irish rider who rides for the Scotia Club in Edinburgh. And unfortunately had a bad crash here on Friday in the qualifiers and broke his ankle. We're delighted to see him here this afternoon. He's sat here comfortably, just coming out the fourth bend, and I'm sure lots of people will be giving him the best wishes. We're going to introduce the riders now one by one. If you can do a lap round please in an orderly fashion and back into the pits, and then we'll get on with the action of the day. So riding at number 1 from Horsepath in England, it's Mike Morgan. So as Mike goes round on his lap there, all these riders have qualified through a very, very intensive series of qualifying rides this weekend. Number 2 from Southampton in England, it's Gavin Wheeler. We've had 8 nations involved altogether in the competition. I haven't actually done the breakdown for the final, I've not had time, but this is the final 16. In theory at least, it's the best 16 riders in the world. Riding at number 3, Wednesfield in England, Lee Harris. That's Harris with an A, not the dropped H. Very popular and very well-known family in cycle Speedway. His dad Mick's with us today. And Lee is a very famous son of a famous father. Riding at number 4, from Bydgoszcz in Poland, Karol Szymanski. Riding at number 5, Leicester in England, Mark Newey. I've deliberately not mentioned anybody's achievements because if you mention a few and you don't mention the others, you're on the risk of offending somebody and you might get something wrong anyway. Also, it makes people a marked man, so I'm deliberately not doing that. Number 6, from Horsepath in England, Steve Harris. Riding at number 7, representing Southampton in England, Sean Woodhouse. Riding at number 8, representing the Rabbit Club in Poland, Lukasz Nowaczy. Representing the Gniezno Club from Poland, he also doubles up his action with Asker and Trophy just down the road here, the very popular rider, Pavel Kozlowski. Riding at number 10 from the Le Havre Club in Australia, Daniel Pudney. Riding at number 11, very popular visitor everywhere he goes, representing Poole in England, Dave Hemsley. Riding at number 12 from the Regional Club in Poland, Damian Woźny. Number 14 from Poole in England, Alan Lowry. Riding at number 14 for Stoke in England, the Manchester-based rider, Terry Norman. He's our local hero today, as all the very lads got eliminated during the qualifiers. No more of that in a moment. From number 15 from Eton in East Anglia, Alan Slater, representing England. Rider number 16, completing the official lineup from Southampton in England, Lee Galley. And finally, the 2 reserves didn't quite make it today, but they're standing by in case of any untoward happenings. Dave Solomon from Grave Laken in England. And finally, Chris Finnegan of Stoke in England. We saw Frank and Chris in action today earlier on. They're both a Manchester-based family, although I think they now live somewhere like Congleton, but local lads nevertheless. Just a word for any Berry followers that may be here who aren't aware of the situation. We had 5 riders in this. Prince of Birmingham, England. The starter is Chris Pierce, and the pitch marshal, the other official referee for this weekend, in fact, he's the senior referee there, he's on officer Tom Whiting. A very official, the scoreboard is being looked after by Fred Rossell, and a very big man today, Fred. I think he did rather be mine, but never mind. So it's on with the racing then. The result of Heat 1, a win for Gavin Wheeler for 4 points. Second, Karol Szymanski for 3 points. Lee Alice scored 2 points in third place. And the fourth rider, Mike Morgan's there, having that call 1 point. The winner's time, a fast one. Well, that's a real blow for the rider concerned. The rider on 2, Sean Woodhouse, moving at the start there, and he's excluded and back into the pit. That just shows the importance. These lads are concentrating to the absolute ultimate degree.
Going, Mark.
Keep going, Mark.
Move, Mark, move.
Come on, Mark.
Well, that was another very fast time there, and a win of 4 points for Mark Newey. I'm sure he's more interested in the 4 points than he is in the race time. Second place went to Lucas Novaci for 3 points. Steve Harris third for 2 points, and of course no points for Sean Woodhouse, who was excluded. The winner's time, 40.34. 3 on the win for Damian Bosny for 4 points. Second place Dave Hensley for 3 points. Pavel Kozlovsky was third for 2 points. And Daniel Pudney of course excluded, so no points for Daniel. 41.53. I'm sure that was a surprisingly leisurely ride for Aaron Lowy. All the action going on behind him. No doubt about the winner. Aaron Lowy for 4 points. In second place was Lee Galley for 3 points. Darren Slater and Terry Norman had a mammoth battle, but Darren came out on top for third place for 2 points and Terry Norman in fourth for 1 point. 41.81 the winner's time. We move on to heat 5 where Aaron Lowy has got another race. He's got 2 rides on the trot, so he gets that extra minute breather. He'll be joined by Mike Morgans on grid 2, Mark Newey on grid 3 and Pavel Kozlovsky on the outside grid 4. We'll just have a short pause now while we get the best back and play them for the music.
It's a bloody thing, so.
out with all four riders. The referee obviously not happy with the progress.
Pull back. Deep. Someone's coming down here.
Keep going, Mark.
The results of Heat 5 are win for Pavel Kozlovsky for 4 points. Second was Alan Lloyd for 3 points. Third, Mark Newey for 2 points. And the unfortunate faller there, unable to continue with a very badly buckled wheel, Mike Morgan. So no points for Mike. The winner's time 42.88. Moving on to that was a very naughty incident, the throwing of the can, I mean. Please don't do that sort of thing. Heat 6 will be restarted with the exclusion of Gavin Wheeler for the illegal use of the leg. for the victory, the Manchester lad through and through, I really like to stop. Terry Norman, the winner there of Heat 6, 4 points for Terry. Second place went to Daniel Pudney for 3 points. Steve Harris 2 points in third place. And of course, unfortunately, no points for Gavin Wheeler, who was excluded in the original start, or the original race. 40.94 was the winner's time. Well, that was a rather spectacular pilot there for the two lads concerned. I hope somebody had a good camera on that one. Well, that was unfortunate there. That was Darren Slater who moved that time, and he's on his way back to the pits. So Darren Slater excluded from Heat 7. Heat 7 there, and the win for the flying Dave Hemsley, 4 points for Dave. In second place, Lee Alice for 3 points. Third, Sean Woodhouse for 2 points. And of course, no points for the excluded Darren Slater. 40.31 was the winner's time there. We move on to Heat 8 now, after which all riders will have had 2 of their scheduled. Heat 8 then, and that completes the second round of heats. A win for Lucas Navachi for 4 points. Second place, Karol Szymanski for 3 points. Third, for 2 points, Damian Wojny. And fourth, Lee Galley for 1 point. 41.21 was the winner's time. That's a restart with all 4 riders. An excellent win there for Lee Galley for 4 points, taking full advantage of his second grid run. Dave Hemsley was second for 3 points, third was Mike Morgan for 2 points, and Steve Harris 1 point in 4th place. The winner's time 41.84. And the results of Heat 10, which takes us to the halfway mark. A win for Daniel Vosny for 4 points. Second place, Gavin Wheeler for 3 points. Coming through there on the last bend with a challenge which was successful. For 3rd place was Darren Slater for 2 points. And the unfortunate fall there, Mark Newey getting 1 point in 4th place. The winner's time was 42.22. It's interval time now, but don't just go away for a minute. We've got a rather important presentation. Glasgow lad, I believe, but he's from Edinburgh, and he's broke his ankle rather badly. They brought him down specially this afternoon from Fairfield General Hospital, where he's going to remain for a few more days yet. He's an Irishman actually, and he's from Scotland. And making a presentation to John now of a grand total of £287.64. So well done to all of you, both wrestling films yesterday and today. Well done, and our thanks to Mark Rusty for making that presentation. John is very, very grateful for that, and he wishes me to convey his thanks to everybody for showing concern and best wishes, and especially the cash. John is a self-employed taxi driver. He's obviously going to be struggling for a few weeks, so our thanks once again for that. I believe we're going to do the raffle any time. Well, the winner there of heat 11, that was Lee Harris, with 4 points there for Lee, and that's the fastest time so far, 39.81, a very fast time. Second place was Lucas Novaci for 3 points, third Terry Norman for 2 points, and 1 point for Pavel Kozlovsky. We move on to heat 12 then. It's Sean Woodhouse on the inside grid 1, Karol Szymanski on grid 2, Daniel Pudney on grid 3, and Aaron Lowy on the outside grid 4. Whistle's just gone, so riders have less than 1 minute to reach the rest line. After this one, all the riders have had 3 of their scheduled 5 rides. So again, grid 3 there, Daniel Pudney, movement at the start, and he's excluded, and unfortunately that's Daniel's second. And the results of heat 12, that was a win for Sean Woodhouse for 4 points. Second place, Karol Szymanski for 3 points. Third, Aaron Lowy for 2 points. No points, of course, for Daniel Pudney, excluded at the start, and the winner's time was 40.10. Sean is out again in heat 13, and he'll require that extra breather, which he's entitled to. Terry Norman is on grid 2, Mike Morgan's on grid 3, and Damien Bosney on grid 4. Just while Sean takes his breather, we'll check the scoreboard to see how things are progressing and make sure we've got no errors along the way. So from the top of your list, Mike Morgan has 2 points, Gavin Wheeler 7, Lee Harris 9, Karol Szymanski 9, Mark Newell 7, Steve Harris 6, Sean Woodhouse 6, Lucas Novaci 10, Pavel Kozlovsky 7, Daniel Pudney 3, Dave Hemsley 10, Damien Bosney 10, Aaron Lowy 9, Terry Norman 7, Darren Slater 4, and Lee Galley 8. So we've long since lost any hope of an unbeaten rider. We've got that far after the second round of heats. Now on the third round of heats, the leading contenders, we've got 3 of them on 10 points. That's Lucas Novaci, Dave Hemsley and Damien Bosney. So 1 English rider and 2 Polish riders on 10 points. Then on 9 we've got Lee Harris, Karol Szymanski and Aaron Lowy, all on 9. A long way to go yet. 2 more rides for each competitor. That's another 8 heats. So that starts with heat 13, where we've got on the inside grid 1 Sean Woodhouse, on grid 2 Terry Norman, on grid 3 Mike Morgans, and on the outside grid 4 Damien Bosney. happy about the progress made there, and it's all 4 riders to restart.
You're actually riding here a lot.
Well, the rider Mike Morgan is excluded there for the use of excessive force. So Mike Morgan's excluded, a restart with 3 riders only. That's Sean Woodhouse. For 3 points, and Sean Woodhouse in 3rd place with 2 points. No points for Mike Morgan, of course, he was originally excluded, and the winner's time 44.19. On to heat 14, where we've got Spoltish Navachi on the inside grid 1, Dave Hensley on grid 2.
Brilliant.
Who's on the field? No one's looking at a quick one. That was heat 14 completed with a win for Lucas Navachi for 4 points. 2nd place Dave Hensley for 3 points. 3rd Gavin Wheeler for 2 points. And Alan Lowry 1 point in 4th place. I beg your pardon, Alan Lowry was 3rd with Gavin falling on the last bend. Alan Lowry was 3rd for 2 points and Gavin Wheeler.
What are you going to do? Go in and break it? No, I'm going to jump off.
1 point for Gavin.
We move on. The winner's time, by the way, is 42 seconds. P15, it's a win, it's a grid one inside for Lee Irish. Somebody just said they're on autopilot, and I said I've been on it for a few hours, but never mind. Grid one, Lee Irish in heat 15. Grid two, Lee Galley. Grid 3, Mark Newey, and on the outside grid 4, Daniel Pudney. There's a bit of movement down on the gate, and it's a restart with all three this time.
Lee going to come, is he? No.
P15 down on the win for Lee Harris for 4 points, and another very fast time, that one. Second place, Mark Newey for 3 points. Third, Daniel Pudney for 2 points. And of course, on that occasion, no points for Lee Galley, who was excluded at the start. 39.78 was the fast time. That one is actually the fastest of the day. Heat 16, fastest so far, of course. Heat 16, on the inside grid 1, Darren Slater. On grid 2, Karol Szymanski. On grid 3, Steve Harris. And on the outside grid 4, Pavel Kozlowski. After this, all riders are Right, heat 16 then, and a win there for Darren Slater for 4 points. Second place went to Pavel Kozlovsky for 3 points. Third, Karol Szymanski for 2 points. And in fourth place, Steve Harris for 1 point. 41.61 the winner's time. All riders have now completed 4 rides. In the next race, heat 17, Darren Slater's out again on the inside grid, so he will take that well-earned extra breather. He's joined in that race by Daniel Pudney on grid 2, Lucas Nabachi on grid 3, and Mike Morgan's on the outside grid 4. But while Darren's taking his well-earned rest, we'll just check the scoreboard with 1 ride each to go. The vital stages of the competition now, so we must make sure there's no errors at this point. Mike Morgan's has 2 points, Gavin Wheeler 8, Lee Harris 13, Karol Szymanski 11, Mark Newey 10, Steve Harris 7, Sean Rodhouse 8, Lucas Navachi 14, Pavel Kozlovsky 10, Daniel Pudney 5, Dave Hemsley 14, Damian Bosney 14, Alan Lowy 11, Terry Norman 11, Darren Slater 8 and Lee Galley 8. So vital stage is now the last ride's coming up. We have a leader in Lucas Navachi on 14 points, and on 13 points we've got Lee Harris, Dave Hemsley and Damian Bosney on 13. I think we might have an error, just let me check. No, we are correct. So hopefully all the figures add up, and we've got 1 ride. Well, a very interesting race there, and it could turn out to be a very, very significant one. He's 17 there. That was a win for Darren Slater for 4 points. Darren finishes with, I'm sure for him, it's a very disappointing total of 12. It hasn't been for the lack of effort, of course, but he's not had a lot of luck. 12 points to Darren Slater. In second place, Daniel Pudney, our Australian friend today. 3 points there from Daniel, and he finishes with 8. Third place, Lucas Nabachi. 2 points for Lucas gives him a final total of 16. Well in contention as yet. Still 3 more races to go. And fourth place, Mike Morgan's for 1 point and a total of 3. The winner's time, a fast one of 40.09. We move on to heat 18. Kozlovsky on grid 2, Lee Galley on grid 3, and on the outside grid 4, Sean Woodhouse.
Including this one. motorway.
Take too many, it will go.
Coming down, Bobby boy. Good old ball, that one on two.
No, I wouldn't have thought we could have gone.
Check that, right on.
I've just seen your face, I think it's a bit like...
I don't know.
Blue and black.
So, north or...
Always looking a bit. He's on the way out.
Good head, right, look at that.
Can we ask for some quiet, please, for this restart? Vital stages of the competition. The whole series has been vital, but last few races now, please. Silence for that few seconds while they're on the grid. Thank you very much.
Well, who won that one? Won me. This one? Put it.
In 3 days, we've had some aggravation, we've had some exciting racing, we've had some bad sportsmanship, we've had spills and spills, we've even had some broken bones. I think more than anything else today, we've had a fantastic day's sport. Let's not spoil it now in the closing stages, and let's just calm down and get these races over with. Somebody at the end of the day will become world champion, somebody will be second on third. Commiserations for the race.
Funny if he was in the same team in the older man was sort of trying to give him a lesson. Then you ain't going to do
Right, the result of an eventful heat 18, to say the least. Even I'm getting mixed up now. He's 18. I was nearly calling it the winner of the Southampton Club Championship then, but never mind. It was a win for Lee Galley for 4 points. Second place Sean Woodhouse for 3 points. Sean finishes with 11, and Lee finishes with 12. The first rider, excluded riders, Gavin Wheeler finishes with 8. Pavel Kozlowski finishes with 10. We move on to heat 19. The winner's time, by the way, was 42.59. In heat 19, we've got Steve Harris on the inside grid 1. We've got Alan Lally on grid 2. Gavin Wheeler on grid 3. And on the outside grid 4, Lee Harris. Just once again, please, complete silence just while these four lads start. Make as much noise as you like once the tapes have gone up. Thank you.
Głośniej.
Lyndon.
Holes, no team riding.
Lyndon, that first seat Leo is costing. Can. Pretty sure. We'll have 2 on for 16 now, so we need that'll be just then, because the league will have a run off.
Yeah? No, yeah. Leave Emsley.
Well, there we go with a very eventful heat 19 and the win for 4 points for Aaron Lorry. Very, very creditable 15 points for Aaron Lorry there. 15 points for Aaron. In second place in that race was Lee Harris. Lee finishes on 16 points, which ties him on the top mark at the moment. Third place went to Damian Vosny, 2 points gives him 15, and 1 point for Steve Harris after that fall, and Steve finishes with 8. The winner's time, 40.97. Now we'll come on to the final scheduled race. One thing is for sure, we have got a run-off. Whatever it will be for, we don't know yet, but there is certainly a run-off. In week 20, we've got Karol Szymanski on the inside grid 1. We've got Dave Hensley on grid 2.
Wins, he's won.
Kelly Norman on grid 3, and on the outside grid 4, Mark Newey.
Not really being even that way.
David. David. That's very good go, Dave. He's a good man. He's got Here he'll settle for second.
Oh my God.
Three man. Three-man runner. Look at you all now, boys.
Right, well, it's arithmetic time again, just for checking purposes. The result of week 20 was a win for Karol Szymanski for 4 points, and that puts Karol on a total of 15 points. Second place went to Dave Hemsley for 3 points, and that puts Dave tied on the top mark with 16 points. Third was Terry Norman for 2 points and a total of 13, and in fourth place Mark Newey 1 point there and a total of 11. The winner's time was 40.94. I'll just check down complete the scoreboard before we go any further, in case anybody's got any problems with my arithmetic, so we'll check down the scoreboard. Only in this race, nobody's drawn this score, which in some ways is the best line if you've not on one. But we've got a 1-2-3 start, 3 Irish on 1, Lucas Novaci on grid 2, and Dave Hemsley on grid 3. So once the riders have got the breath back, then I'm sure referee Bob Prince will go further for the final time. Hopefully if we get a good clean start, the best of order from all around the circuit, and let's get a good clean race off to decide these 3 places. Just for the last time today, we've still got refreshing to try out if anybody wants any. We've got tea and coffee and all the other goodies on sale at the cabin. Let me make one final announcement here regarding Claremont. Paul's not been very well this season. He's with us today, but we've put one of the starters orders. It's sold very, very well over the last 2 years. It's an incredible work. There's about 10 months work went into it. All the history of the very club. Very close history, including Chesham Comics from 1974. There's a few cottons left and they've been reduced from £7.50 to £5. It's a real bargain for any cyclist swings, and all the crowd here are still here for this final run-off, and then after that we'll make the presentations.
Come on, Dave.
Good luck, Dave.
Tak, ja wszystko daj siebie. Starczycie, Haja. Go on, Lee. It's going to hit you. Yeah!
young world champion. There's no doubt ever about his pedigree, that's for sure. The winner and the new world champion, in fact, defending reigning world champion, Dave Hensley of Poole and England. Commiserations to, and congratulations indeed to Lee Harris of Wednesfield. As I said earlier, the famous son of a famous father. But there we go, we've finally got a result. The winner's time, for what it's worth, was 44.29. We'll just sort out the rostrum and the various other things, let people get the best back. Just a reminder to all the very personnel, please. I know lots of you work very, very hard all week.
Number one.
They got it second,
He's done a sterling good job out there today, with some criticism, maybe some justified, some not. But he's had to take all the flak, and there he goes, Bob Prince. Our thanks to Bob for doing the job and doing it very well indeed. Just getting the congratulations from Brian Finesse of the British Cycling Federation there. So we're now going to go down the list of riders, leading out the first three as usual. So from the top of the list, and 3 points, a very poor day for Mike Morgan. I'm sure he's very, very disappointed, but as always he gave absolutely 110% effort. That's Mike Morgan from Horsepath in England, 3 points for Mike. All the riders stay on the centre, please, we'll have some photographs taken. Unfortunately, from the Lesno Club in Poland, and Damian scored 15 points. Rider number 14, I'm not 100% sure of this, but I suspect he might have been the youngest rider in this final. He rode here 2 years ago in the British Junior final. Very, very impressive performance today from Aaron Lowry of Poole. He was well in the running till the closing stages. 15 points, and I'm sure he'll be delighted with that. I'm sure he's going to go a very long way, and this is only the start of it. 15 points in a World Championship final for that young man. Well done to Aaron. Rider number 14, a very, very popular rider in this neck of the woods. He's wearing the stock colours and representing England, but he's a Manchester lad through and through. Terry Norman, and Terry scored 13 points. Terry has for a number of years been the number one rider in the north of England, and he's proved that yet again today. Rider number 15, a young man with a very big future ahead of him. He's already achieved a great deal, and again I think he may be a little disappointed today, but there's no reason to be. Darren Slater from Eton in England scored 12 points. Darren suffered a rather nasty looking injury earlier on when he caught his leg in his back wheel, or his foot in his back wheel around it, so much so that it's damaged his frame. Rider number 60, completing the 16 actual competitors, although it's not the end of the list yet. From Southampton in England, a rider who's ridden steadily and spectacularly all this weekend, Lee Galley, for 12 points. There. Not forgetting the two reserves, they battled all through the qualifying series and all but made it to the final, just missing out by the odd point. From Great Blakenham in England, Dave Solomon. He didn't get a ride today, but he's been standing by waiting for the chance. It's always sad really in some ways when a reserve does get a ride, because he is doing somebody's been injured. But Dave Solomon on standby, and the other reserve from Stoke in England, Chris Finnegan. Another Manchester-based lad, well known in this area. One of the Finnegan family with his dad and Chris, both battling competitors. Chris Finnegan then completes the lineup of those competitors who didn't make the rostrum. And now we move on to the big stuff. This is what it's all been about. In third place, very unfortunate in that run-off, he tied on first place with 16 points from the Rabbits Club in Poland, Lucas Navashi. Sorry, I believe you couldn't hear me then, the music was being turned on. That was Lucas Navashi from the Rabbits Club in Poland, 16 points, third place, and loser of that runoff. In second place, leading the runoff for quite a while, he must have felt the title was in his grasp and it was snatched away at the last moment. Tied on 16 points also for Wednesday in England, Lee Harris. Here's a rider who's achieved a great deal already. He's got a famous father in Mick Harris, who was a member of the world-famous Wednesday team for many, many years. I think it's fair to say, and I'm sure Mick won't mind me saying it, Lee has already surpassed his achievements on an individual level. Mick was a member of a great team and a solid club man, but Lee has achieved a great deal as an individual, and he's still a very young man yet. I'm sure he's still got a long, long way to go. And now we're going to introduce the new world champion, the defending world champion, in fact, from the Pool Club and England, Dave Hensley. 16 points and winner of the runoff.
Well done. Thank you very much. Well done. Thank you. Cheers. Thank you.
So just going along the line now and shaking hands with all his fellow competitors. In a moment we'll get those riders onto the rostrum for photographs. And I would ask you, once they're on the rostrum, we'll just stand for a moment for the National Anthems to be played. Just leave first place. We'll just give them a moment for the photographs and then we'll receive, please stand with respect for the National Anthems of the two nations involved. So. Just stay on the rostrum for a moment, please. Right, well done to those, everybody concerned. We'll do the customary lap round in a moment with the trophies for the lads concerned. Our thanks to Councillor Wayne Campbell, the Deputy Leader of Bury Metropolitan Borough Council. Our thanks to Wayne and his good lady Elaine for coming today, and I hope they've enjoyed their visit to the Cycle Speedway. It's a little bit unusual, I was saying to the councillor before. It's very, very different if you've not seen it before. We think it's a very spectacular into the very end. We've had the Bury Times out in force today. We've also had the Manchester Evening News, so we look forward to seeing the results of those lads' labours and the young lady Julie, who was here earlier from the Bury Times. Our thanks to the various people who've done the videos. I look forward to receiving a copy of that. Very, very exciting. I must confess, after we staged the British final a couple of years ago, and I relived it all again through the video. It was incredible, and I'm looking forward to that experience. The lads having the photographs taken now, then they'll go around on the customary lap of honour, and then we can start the task of unloading everything, packing everything away. I do ask for assistance from all the Berry people, wherever you are. I know a lot of you put a lot of effort in.
Lads on the lap of honour. Please, we've had a great crowd today, we've had a good audience, I think most of you stayed all day. This is the final lap of the day now, the lap of honour for the lads concerned, and then we've got to start packing up. It's always worse packing stuff away than it is assembling it, but it's got to be done. So there's all the three lads on the roster, commiserations to everybody else, and with that, a final victory to everybody, and again, back to you for me.